I've got a cycling workout that you've never seen before that's fun, it's flexible, and it makes you hella fast. It's called the AmEx Ride, and you won't find it anywhere else. This is unique to the Coach Cat and FasCat coaching philosophy. The AmEx Ride blends old school cycling wisdom with new school tech and innovation. It's designed to do three things: increase your level, simulate race day conditions, and prepare you for fondos and gravel races, road races, marathon, anything where the terrain requires you to do zones 2 through 7. Unlike traditional plans packed with mind numbing intervals, AmEx rides are fun, they're flexible, and they use all zones 2 through 7. They're fun because there's no strict structure. You ride how you feel. They're flexible because you use the terrain to help you make the various power output. And because they're all zones, they're much friendlier than a structured kitchen sink workout. You do these rides by feel, but we prescribe them in OTS, which is where the name comes from. You've heard of the Amex card where you don't leave home without it. Here, you don't come home without it. In other words, if we prescribe 90 OTS, we're going to say keep riding until you achieve 90 OTS, and you're going to record that and track it in real time with TSS on your bike computer. If you have questions about this style of training, let me know in the comments. These workouts are available in the Coach Cat app where there is a free 30-day trial. These workouts enable you to ride by feel because your training plan sets you up for success by prescribing a rest day the day before. So we're going to have you go hard when the terrain tilts up. You're going to recover on the descents, and you're going to keep the pressure steady on the pedals on the flat. You're going to use real-time TSS on your bike computer to track your progress, and then you'll know exactly when you've achieved the prescribed OTS and when you can come home. AmEx rides can be done indoors or outdoors, but there is no workout to export to your bike computer or your virtual riding platform. Everything is up in your head. It just requires three things: you to be motivated, you got to be carved and hydrated up, and you just got to be ready to dig in and do the work. I am going to go do a 75 OTS ride. It's not that much OTS, but I only have an hour and a half to train because it's a Thursday. I'm going to go do the ride, and then we're going to come back and we're going to analyze the power data. I'm going to show you what to look at when you do your OTS rides. Now that I've done the ride, let's look at the power data to see how I did. And I'm showing you this to help you understand how you can look at your AmEx OTS rides. So come over here to the calendar, click on my workout. First things first, a successful ride execution needs variable terrain. And you can see from this color-coded GPS elevation map that I enjoyed undulating terrain with approximately 15 efforts ranging between 20 seconds and 4.5 minutes. These efforts are the whole point of the ride and what I call organic intensity, because when I prescribe this style of training, I want the athlete to train hard without frying their brain on intervals. I tell athletes create shark's teeth from the power graph. A similar interval workout would be like 3 sets of 5 by 30 seconds on, or the kitchen sink style with 1 set of 30 seconders, 1 set of 2-minuters, and another set of like 2 by 4 minute VO2s, which sounds horrible, right? Well, you can go out and you can do an AmEx OTS ride, create shark's teeth like power graphs with lots of forays up here into the red, and you can physiologically achieve the same thing and have a whole lot of fun. Moving on, let's look at the 4 key metrics. Right off the bat, I look at OTS. I achieved an 84 here. That is the foundation of the AmEx ride. My Wahoo showed a 99 at the end of the ride, and I achieved an OTS of 84. This is consistent with OTS because OTS does not give you credit when you're coasting, unlike TSS. And thus the values are 10 to 15 less for rides under 2 hours. Moving on to the power graph, we like to see a lot of time spent up into zones 5 and 6. These are the short race-like surges showing you that when the terrain undulates or when the peloton accelerates, you're going to be able to make the power. If the data shows that you didn't quite get enough of those zone 5 to 6 spikes, and I see that, I might prescribe short structured intervals, 30 seconds to 1 minute to the athlete to help them find and understand what we're talking about. And then I say, go apply that on the next AmEx ride. Moving on to time in zones, I check how much time you spent in zones 5 and 6, since that intensity is key to preparing for the real world race demands. This is the all zones portion of the training. And here you can see that I achieved 16 minutes in zones 4, 5, and 6 combined, 421 in zone 4, 502 in zone 5, and 7 minutes flat in zone 6. I didn't do any sprints, but you can add a city limit sprint or a hotspot sprint to any of these rides. Finally, I check how the OTS affected my level. The higher you can sustainably push this up, the stronger you'll race. Achieving an 85 OTS in 90 minutes is super time efficient, and my level increased, as you can see here, from 63 on Wednesday up to 64 on Thursday. And remember, when you achieve an OTS greater than your level is going to go up. When you achieve an OTS the same as your level, it's going to stay the same. And when you achieve an OTS less than your level, including a 0 OTS rest day, your level goes down. So that's an AmEx ride. Fun, flexible, and effective. It's a workout you'll only find in CoachCat. There's 4 big takeaways: ride by feel, all zones 2 through 7, don't come home without it, and level up. When you decide to ride by feel, you can push hard per how you're feeling, but your OTS and your TSS keeps you honest. All zones means from zone 2 all the way up to full gas surges. This style of training simulates real race and group ride conditions. Don't come home without it. That's hitting your prescribed OTS. That's the goal every time. And level up. Completing an AmEx ride drops your level up to increase your endurance, your durability, and your power output. If you want to get faster and you're burnt out on boring interval sessions, AmEx rides are the way to go. You can find them right now in the CoachCat app, where the first month's free. So please feel free to check it out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. And remember to not come home without it. If you found this tip helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment with your questions, tell me what you're training for, and subscribe for more training tips, data breakdowns, and strategies to help you ride faster on the bike. And with that, I will bid you adieu and remind you to work hard, ride fast, and as always, FTF. Peace.